Ladies and gentlemen, this is your circle from last week that you should have, okay? Where we reflected the 30, 60, 90 all the way around. We reflected the 45, 45, that's in blue here, all the way around. And the 60, 30, 90, where the 60 was in the corner, all the way around. We got all of these angles and all of these funky points. So today, I'm going to show you how they're relevant. Okay, so I gave you this blank template right here. Okay, see where it has the little degrees next to it? You can put the degrees. I'm going to start with just one. So I am looking here, and I'm literally copying this down so that I can see it easier. So let's say I've got 30 degrees. I know that in this 30 degree spot, I have the square root 3 over 2, and I have 1/2. Okay? Notice that there is another spot right here. We are going to talk about, eventually, we're not going to do it today, probably tomorrow, we're going to talk about negatives. So this is if we go this way, counterclockwise. What if I went clockwise instead? Yes, ma'am.
Wouldn't that be positive?
Nope, clockwise would be negative. Counterclockwise is positive. Okay, so we are going to talk about, you should start filling this out today. I'm not going to fill it out more than I just did. But it's literally putting this on here, and there's space here for the negatives that we're going to talk about tomorrow, and it's a little bit neater than what you've had. Okay? You can use this one on your test and quiz. You could add the negatives to it and use this one. This is just a neater version. Okay, so what you're going to do today in class is you're going to look at the unit circle. Okay? The equation of a circle is x squared plus y squared equals 1. Let me zoom in a little bit. That's the equation of a whole circle. Okay? The x-coordinate of a point on the unit circle is defined as the cosine of theta, where theta is the measure of rotation, centered at 0, 0, from the positive x-axis to the radius that contains the point, abbreviated as cos theta. Okay? Cosine. The y-coordinate of a point on the unit circle is defined as the sine of theta, where theta is the measure of the rotation centered at 0, 0, from the point of the x-axis to the radius that contains that point, abbreviated as sin theta. So we call them cosine and sine. Okay, so what we're going to do right here on the front of our sheet, there should be enough room in the bottom, is I'm going to give you a couple examples. We're going to find the cosine of 30 degrees and the sine of 30 degrees. You with me? Okay, so remember the cosine is the x value and the sine is the y value. So if I look right here, here it's in red, 30 degrees. My 30 degrees is my x value, so that is square root 3 over 2. Okay. Anybody want to try? What's my sine of 30 degrees? 1/2. It's the y value. All right, let's try another example. Anybody pick a angle, any angle on, it has to be on your circle. Yes?
210.
210. So we're going to find the cosine of 210 and the sine of 210. Okay. Cosine is the x or the y? Who remembers? X. Good. So we're going to go to 210. And the x value is negative square root 3 over 2. And the sine, or the y value, is negative 1/2. That's the whole thing, guys. Okay. So the back of this sheet you guys are going to do on your own. I'll put that back up there. You're going to find 130. You're going to find negative 75. What do we think negative 75 is? Let's talk about this for a second. What are the whole angles of the circle? 360, correct? So we're going to go 360, and we're going to minus 75. And I get 285. Okay? So, these two, 130 and 285, aren't on your circle. So you're going to have to tell me what you think the sine and cosine would be. This is about discovery. We will go over this before you leave today. Okay, so don't worry too much about it. We will go over it. I want you to see if you can attempt. But I know that you guys can find the sine and cosine for 60 and for 45. That's on your triangle. Okay, so that's going to be your in class. The first two you're going to see if you can figure out a way. The second two I know you can. This, your unit circle, practice. You've got to find the cosine or the sine of all of these angles, and you need to use your unit circle. Okay, to be able to find it. That's your homework for tonight. Okay, I'm going to give you some time to work on this. If you get stuck, just do the special cases. I'm going to give you guys maybe 10 minutes or so, and then we'll go over the back of this paper, and then you guys can work on your homework. If you get finished with this before the 10 minutes, start fixing this and see if you can figure out what the negative answers are. Okay, and we will go over that as well. All right?